In this video, I'll be looking at the SofaBaton X1S smart remote that the brand sent me to check out. I'll start with a quick unboxing here, then I'll get into how everything actually works. So just getting into the box here, it looks like the first thing we have on top is just going to be a user manual. Next, we have the actual remote itself. You can get a good idea of what that looks like. We have a scroll wheel in the middle. There's off and back buttons at the top. We have a display that's going to show all your settings and everything. There's some programmable buttons at the bottom here. Then we also have a nice click wheel in the center. This is going to charge via USB-C, so you don't have to worry about replacing any batteries. And it should last about a month and a half on a single charge. The next thing we have is just another piece of paper, and then we have the main hub as well as all the accessories. On this right side here, we have some IR emitters. These are going to connect to the hub to actually control all your different devices. So essentially this hub is going to put out a signal that can control your TV, your game console, or various other devices. So this is going to be a dual one here. Then we have a single one here as well. Next we have a USB-A wall connector for connecting the hub to power. Then we have two USB-A, two USB-C cables. The first one is here. This is going to be for connecting the hub. Then we have a second one which you can use to charge the remote. And finally, we just have the hub itself. This is going to sort of act as the brain for the remote. You will, of course, control everything and go through different programs and such on the remote. But the brain of it will actually be this hub here. So you can connect these IR emitters. And then when you program something on the remote, it'll, of course, power on the different devices, change their inputs and settings and everything like that, all with a single push of the button. As far as our actual connections on here go, we do have a single USB-C port for connecting the hub to power. Then we have two other ports here for connecting the IR emitters. And we have a single button on the back as well. On the bottom, we have 4 rubber feet so the hub doesn't slide around. We also have 2 screw holes in case you want to mount it to a wall or other surface. There's also a little LED on the front to show you that the hub is connected to power and indicate its status. Alright, so I got the hub plugged in and connected to all my devices. It was pretty easy to do it all through this mobile app here. The mobile app will actually kind of serve as a universal remote as well. So if you want to just use the mobile app instead of the universal remote, you can do that too, which is pretty cool. So you can see my 4 devices here. I do have Denon receiver, Apple TV, and BenQ projector all connected. So if I want to control one of these devices individually, for example, I can go into the Denon receiver. Then this will actually work as a universal remote. So if I push this turn on, for example, turn on the receiver there. I can turn it back off. And all that works seamlessly directly on the mobile app. If I wanted to go into even more advanced settings, for example, on the receiver, there's a lot of different settings and things. So if I can go into here, I can actually change the inputs, control the audio levels, and set the tuner and do all that. So there's a ton of different settings here, and all that is preloaded just by adding my device. And to actually add a device is super easy as well. You just go ahead and add this plus button here. So for example, if I wanted to add my Apple TV, I did that via Bluetooth, but you can add a device via infrared, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, or even radio frequency. What I think is really cool though is if, for example, I go into infrared here, I can add a device by either searching a model, learning, or testing a command from the cloud. So if I'm going to do learning, for example, I can do that with a bunch of different devices. It will ask me to push the power button on the remote. I kind of hold it over here, push the power button. It will learn what that input is like, and then it will be able to replicate it going forward. But for connecting all my devices here, I actually just search the models. It does support thousands and thousands of devices. So for example, for this Denon receiver here, I just searched Denon, clicked on it, and it has all these different models here. So I went and selected my exact model, and everything was set up for me. So that was really easy to do. Same for my Apple TV and even my projector. It had all the exact models I was looking for, which made setup super easy. It's probably most likely you're going to have your device here. It does have tons of different brands and tons of different models within those brands, which made setup super simple. Within this app here, you can also kind of combine events together. I think that's by far the biggest use in my opinion. So for example, this activity here, I have one called Watch Apple TV that will turn on my receiver, set it to the correct input, set it to the volume level I want, turn on the Apple TV, turn on the projector, and set the projector to the correct input as well. So it will do all that just by pushing this one button here, which saves me from locating many different remotes and then fumbling with them and pushing the power button, all of them individually, kind of having to deal with all that. I can just push one button and everything is on and ready to go. And once you set up everything in the app, you can of course use this universal remote to control everything. So for example, this activity, if I wanted to push the Watch Apple TV, I can click this button. And just like I said, it will turn on everything, including the projector behind me, and I'll be ready to watch Apple TV. Once I'm done watching, I can just push this off button, and everything will also turn off on its own. So again, it's really impressive and saves me a ton of time. If I wanted to do the same setup for my Xbox, for example, I can have it turn on the Xbox, turn on the receiver, set the receiver to the correct setting, turn on the projector, set the projector to the correct input, and everything will be ready to go. So that activity setting is definitely my favorite part of this, but beyond that, I can also, of course, control each device individually. So you can see all my different devices here, and the one that's highlighted green is what I'm going to be controlling with the rest of these different buttons here. This scroll wheel is just for selecting your other devices, but then this wheel down here is actually for navigating within the device itself. So for example, if I wanted to go onto the Denon receiver, I can click on that. I can click it again to go to the power button. That will turn it on, of course. And again, I have all the settings here, so if I wanted to adjust the brightness of the screen even, I can do the guide, exit, all that, change the inputs, do everything really easily here as well. So I want to change the input to be Blu-ray, click on that, it'll switch to Blu-ray, works super, super well. And again, these physical buttons are going to be active as well, so if I wanted to turn on the volume, I can just push this button here. It will adjust the volume on the receiver here. So all that is connected and all that works really well. Of course, it's going to be the same for my Apple TV, for my projector, everything. I can kind of just choose which device I want to control, and then the remote will be active. And the app pairs with Alexa and Google Home as well. So if I wanted to ask Alexa to turn on the Apple TV, for example, I can do all that without having to even touch the remote, which makes things even easier. So yeah, overall it works really well, and it definitely replaced a bunch of remotes in my house. My favorite thing by far is going to be this activity section, because you can really just click one button, turns on everything. I really spent a lot of time like switching between different inputs, making sure everything was on properly and doing all that. Now I just push one button, everything turns on automatically. From there, of course, you can refine if you want. So for example, if I have the Apple TV already on and I want to control it with this remote, I can do that. Or if I want to switch and control the dead end receiver here, easy to do that as well. And I can do all that through the single rechargeable remote.